This video should show you how to change your semester grade or semester exam score to reflect 10% of the overall semester score. So I'm going to start out by just picking a class. I'm going to pick my bear time. So I'll go to grading due. So I'll just click on that, check on that. And I want to change the score so I have 10% of my semester grade is based upon the semester exam. So I'm going to go up to, first is categories. Categories is towards the top of the screen. Click on categories. And I have everything selected on this one. Some of you may not, but what's really important is make sure that at the very bottom, second from the bottom, you have the semester exam X1, X2 box checked where it just says X. So I want to make sure that that is checked, and I'll hit save. And then at the bottom middle of the screen, I'm going to click Tools. You can barely see it because there's a bar in the middle of it, but it's the screwdriver and the wrench. So I'm going to hit that. And when I hit that, I want to go from the fourth highlighted from the bottom where it says Report Card Grade Formulas. I want to hit that. And we're looking for semester one. So about fifth from the top, it says S1 average of all assignment types. That's how my bear time grade is currently set, but that's what I want to change. So over on the right-hand side of average of all assignment types, there is an edit button. I'm going to hit that edit button. And currently the dot at the top for total points using all categories except system, I want to change that to percent. So I'm going to change that dot to percent. And when I do that, it brings up that box, include in formula. So over on the far right, I want to hit select. And there's two boxes here that I want to check. Now at the very bottom, second from the bottom, is my semester exam X1, X2. I want to make sure that box is checked, or X'd or checked. And then on the right-hand side, I think this should cover for everybody, since everybody has been doing a running score. If second from the bottom, if you hit T2, then that will just compute everything that you've had, no matter how your percentages are set so far for your term grades. It will just take all of that all at one time. So I'm going to, after I hit the T2 box and check that in the X box in the lower left-hand corner, I'm going to hit save. And this is where I put in my percentages. So I want the semester exam, or the X, to be worth 10% of the grade. So I'll change that to 10. And then I want T2 to reflect the other 90% of the grade. So I'll change that to 90. And then I'll hit save. Now I want to copy this to all of my other classes. So in the bottom left-hand corner, you'll see where it says Copy Formulas. I'll hit that. And already it is all my course selections for the year. So I'm going, I want to make sure I hit the S1 box. So make sure you hit S1, check that. And then all my course selections for the year is already dotted at the top of that section. So hit Copy. And now we can hit save, and we can go back to our scores, and we are all set for all the classes to have 10% of your grade based on the semester exam and 90% of the grade based upon everything else. So now when you're ready to set in your semester exam, you just go to your class as you normally do. So I just pick my bear time again, and I will add assignment. So again, the plus sign in the lower left-hand corner. And I'm just going to call this the test, because that's really what it is. So my classwork, and I'm not going to have classwork, I'm going to scroll that down to semester exam. And then I will just call this the test. And date assigned, I'll just make it on the 19th, since that's when tests start next week. And I'm going to still call this a points possible of 100. That enables me to put in a percentage, but it will still reflect as only 10% of the overall grade, no matter how many points you have up to this point. So I'll click Save. And then you can see exam 1, test, so I can put in any percentage. So if I put in 100% for this student, it should not change their grade because they already have 100%. So I hit return on that. You can see it did not change that person's grade. But if I put it in for this student, if I put in a 0, you can see it will definitely change their grade. So it only dropped their grade, since they had 100%, it only dropped their grade 10% because, again, if they have a perfect 100% and 10% of their grade is based upon the final, then they should only score 90 because they have scored 90% of the 100% that they've obtained so far.